Good morning, everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, we have a lot to talk about. The CPI was released today. It increases to 6% year over year. The core inflation went up by 0.4%, but they're still using the narrative that inflation's cooling, even though the core CPI went up 0.4%, so I'm not exactly sure how that's cooling. We're at 6% over the last year, so that's the narrative right now. But with the news of this, with the news pushing and the bigger media outlets and social media pushing that the CPI came in, it's cooling. We have a big pump in the markets. The U.S. government and are buying up the government bonds. So you've had a big drop in bonds. You've had banking. Some of the banks increased by up to 50% this morning in morning trading and pre-market. We've got Bitcoin over 26,000 briefly. We had XRP top 38 cents for a moment before reversing back down. What does this mean for the broader crypto market, and where can we find ourselves? Is this the point when Bitcoin finally hits that 27,000 level that we've talked about? Or have we finally topped out and this is the one big final blow off the top? We'll have to find out, because as you can see, the Dow's up 302 points, the S&P's up 52, and the NASDAQ is up 177 points. And as the market opens now, and then we've got to look at, obviously, the total crypto market cap as we shot up to 1.11 trillion. We're going to see exactly what this means and where we're going next. Make sure to hit that like button, as it does greatly push me through the analytics. We've had tremendous amount of likes on the videos the last few days, and it means a lot to me. A lot more people get to come in here and watch the content. So as we get in this volatility, we need to pay attention and remember the message. XRP sub 40 cents is a tremendous buy. We have a motto here since we sold at $1.66. If you buy XRP at no more than 40 cents, even from 40 cents, if you put $5,000 in, every $1 it goes up, you're making $7,500 profit. So $5,000 would turn into $12,500 just by it moving up $1. So that's why we try to stick to under 40 cents. And I will not buy XRP over 40 cents. You heard that correct. I will not buy XRP over 40 cents. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. It is time for the big number, February CPI. I want to get right over to Rick Santelli. Rick.
Yes, of course, we are expecting our February read on the Consumer Price Index. Headline number expected to be up 0.4, delivers exactly up 0.4. High watermark here was up 1.3 in June of 22, and that was the highest since 2005. Strip out the all-important food and energy, up 0.5%. This is 1/10 high.
Oh yeah, strip out the food and energy, everybody. I love when they say that, like this, because we can all live without our food and energy. So when they say just strip out food and energy, it's it's bullshit. So whenever they say that, it just should make you shake your head even more about the manipulation that they're doing right in front of you. It's only up. We took out food and energy. Yeah, just take out the two most important factors
Than we were looking for, and it's 1/10 hotter than the rear view mirror. High watermark here up 0.8 in April of 21. That went back to 1981. If we look at year over year numbers on headline, expecting up 6%, exactly 6%, and that is well off the 6.4 in the rear view mirror. High watermark 1981. In 1981, it was up 9.1.
See what they do, ladies and gentlemen? They start to throw these numbers at you from the 80s and 70s. It's to try to make you feel better, like something really good's happening. But what they're not telling you is year over year, we're up 6%. We've increased by 0.4%. Or 0.6%. Even if you strip out food and energy, we're still up 0.5%. Like, they're trying to do anything and everything to trick you. But just pay attention to the real numbers. Year over year, inflation's up 6%. It's not cooling. It's quite the opposite.
And that was a 40-year high. If we look at food and energy year over year, up 5.5 as expected, 1/10 lighter than the rear view mirror at 5.6. High watermark here at a percentage, 6.6. That was in September of 22. That went back to 1982. If you look at interest rates, they have moved a bit lower. You look at pre-opening Dow futures.
This is what I alluded to in my intro, The government's buying up bonds and T-notes, so of course we're going to have a nice big dump here. This is another way to trick the investors. I'm telling you guys, this just makes it even worse, and we might as well just shake hands with hyperinflation at this point.
They are going a bit higher. The only fly in the ointment here was the month over month being 1/10 hotter on core. But I think what most people were really paying attention to, Becky, was the year over year core at 5.5. That is indeed good news. When was the last time we had a 5.5? Let's go down the Wayback Machine. To find a smaller number would be November of 21. November of 21 to be smaller than 5.6. And on the 6.4, of course, we know that that's a little bit hotter than we were expecting in the rearview mirror last time. So to get it down to 6%, that was the lightest, going all the way back to September of last year as well. Just by looking at the markets, this isn't going to move huge amounts in the interest rates because it's close to expectations. Definitely coming off, one could argue the same argument, maybe not coming off as fast, but I'm very impressed with the year-over-year numbers.
Good morning, 9:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we've already had a jam-packed update before we even look at the charts. We had to talk about the CPI numbers, so I figured I would do it in that way so I wouldn't have to read. I wanted to get over just a few things that I was thinking about in the opening, and we've done that. As you can see, Bitcoin once again is just flying off the handles. You've got XRP up to 38.09. You've got USDC backed repegged to the dollar, so a lot of manipulation went on there to trick a lot of investors and to wipe out a lot of retail. We've got 1.095 trillion is the resistance right now, and I think we're slightly over that even as we speak, just slightly. So if we hold 1.095, it's going up row by row. There's not much in between each row, as we know. The next level is going to be about 113.9 trillion. And then if you break that, that's when we can go up into the next levels. But right now, we're still trading within these proper ranges. So we'll watch that. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is just going absurd, up 26,127, up another 1923 or 7.94%. The ironic part about Bitcoin is we're finally pushing these targets that we talked about a few months ago. We thought it would hit it when it came up to this 25,000, but then it decreased very quickly. And now it's trying to push this 27,000. This is the 26,900. You push that, then we can come all the way up to the top of the pattern formation at 28,000. And it's once you break those numbers, if you break those numbers, that's when Bitcoin can get a little bit hotter. But I don't want to break too far up above that because we have the beautiful numbers right there. In the past 5 days, Bitcoin's up 30% since they fleeced the market on Friday. See what they did? They dumped it. Even though it was meant to go up higher, look what they actually did. The market was meant to go up higher. So instead of just pushing it up there for the longs at 25,300, they brought the market all the way back down to 19.6 just to bring it back up in a matter of days higher than it was. Now, the end resolution here, the volume still, I mean, for how high it's gone up, you would expect to see a massive push of volume. We've had a little bit of volume, but nothing more than sporadic volume. But like I've said, you buy sub 40 cents so you can enjoy these pushes up. The problem with XRP is it's barely moved. XRP is only at 38 cents, and a lot of people are probably pissed right now because Bitcoin's at 26K. But we had to break this falling channel area first, and this is what I've been saying. And right now it's at approximately the 382. If you look at XRP's price, we're hitting that falling channel resistance absolutely perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. And the thing is a lot of people aren't talking about this. I believe it was Binance. I think it was Binance. I could be wrong. It could have been Coinbase. It was either Binance or Coinbase. They dumped in $1 billion they took out of other stable coins. And on Saturday, they started pouring it in, $1 billion worth into Bitcoin. So if we're wondering why Bitcoin's up so much the last 5 days, I'm going to bet a pretty strong bet that Coinbase, it was either Coinbase or Binance. Yeah, so here it is right here. So Binance will convert $1 billion worth of BUSD, which is the Binance token, which I warned everybody that thing was going to shit. They're going to convert the stable coin to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So the stable coin, and then they're going to put it into their Binance token as well. So $1 billion worth is basically going into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's Binance. So that's what I'm trying to talk about here. 1 billion BUSD into Bitcoin, BNB, and Ethereum. So if you're wondering why we had such a big price rise, we have to be careful here, because if it's only because Binance put 1 billion in, and now we're getting the broader, trickle-in effects, like you get some stop orders filling and yada, yada, yada. If this is why we're pumping like this would be a crazy, crazy thing. That's a hell of a conspiracy. If that's actually what moved the market and they're just not talking about it and they're acting like we had a market-wide recovery, even though Bitcoin got $1 billion inflection from Binance, it's almost as if this is a rigged game right now. It's almost as if this is a one hell of a manipulated push up. Like, we need to pay attention. So let's see if this falling channel breaks first. If the falling channel breaks right here at 382, then we can start to look at the higher numbers a little bit. So if we do break 382, which is R1 this morning, R2 is going to be right here on the downtrending resistance at about 388. So R1, 382, R2, 388, R3 would be that likely we would go back to the 392, but let's just go with the two nearest resistance, 382 and 388. And then if we were to break down, we really don't have much to contend with. First, we have the 200-day down here at the 368. Then we have 362 and 355. That's your nearest and below. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, make sure to hit that like button. I got to help get Julie out the door at 10, so I got to end this update now. She's got her therapy today for her ankle. She's looking at her 5th surgery, so we already know that's going to happen. It's been verified. We just don't know when. So I appreciate everybody's concerns and prayers. But remember, when XRP is up 40 cents, pay attention. Pay attention to this downtrending resistance line. First, we're at the 382, and then if we break that to 388, we get out of there, then we can start pushing up to higher ambitions, possibly even come up here to the 43, 44 cent mark, but we have a few things to do in between here still that we will talk about as we push up. Make sure that like button as it greatly pushes me through the analytics. If you want to trade on BitGet and or MEXC for no spot fees on the buy and sell, or if you prefer UPHOLD, that's in the video description below and or the pinned comments. Or if you want to send XRP, as I had a few requests, so I put that as well in the pinned comments and video description below. And also, if you want to join Tom's Army, that is in the same areas as well. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point in this journey together to 2025?